Good morning, good night, good afternoon, wherever you are, you beautiful patriots. Now, I'm going to break this down a little bit. I'm going to tease you a little bit, and I'm going to drop a link in the bottom here so you can watch the video yourself. This is a mainstream video made by a great company, and it's going to highlight some factual news. So if I get dumped on this, a certain red state will be taking me down. If not, thank God they let the truth out. So I want to direct you over here to Riding the Dragon. Area Pulley, I think. I'm going to put the link to the fella that got me to look at this. And let me just tell you, I'm going to, just tease you a little bit. But wait till you see chapter 6. All right? If you have no time to watch this, it's only 45 minutes, something like that. If you have no time to watch this, at least watch chapter 6 when you follow the link. And don't forget to repost this for me. It helps. It helps to subscribe to me and other places like Rumble, Instagram, and Twitter. All right, so let's get going.
The challenge of the Chinese Communist Party and the threat that it poses to the United States and our allies is of critical importance to us right now.
All right, so that's where, as soon as they hear that, they're going to take me down, right? So let me get to 340, right about here. And every time I go to here, you can follow these two, but it's now live. Well, let's go back a little. All right, here we go. Chapter 1.
December 2013. Vice President Joe Biden is arriving in Beijing for a series of sensitive meetings with Chinese officials.
So now you see it's a decade in the making.
The Chinese give him the red carpet treatment, literally. But also along for the trip, Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden.
So what happens at 45? What if this was reversed? All right? And 45 had no kids in office, but yet maybe Eric or Donnie show up with him. Wouldn't the mainstream media have a fit?
During the visit, Joe Biden meets with Chinese Vice Premier Lee and with President Xi.
10 years.
A 2013 trip to China getting new attention this morning, not for what Joe Biden did, but for who he brought with him.
And what was Hunter Biden doing? We're not sure. He doesn't appear in many pictures of the official festivities. But what we do know is this. 10 days after father and son returned to the United States, Hunter Biden's small investment firm announced a $1 billion private equity deal with the Chinese government.
1 billion. It says 1.5. 1 billion. Go look at a video of what $1 billion looks like, although it's probably just fiat cash.
And where did the capital come from for this deal? From the Chinese government itself.
B-O-C-I. Okay. That's
Unknown to the press
Journal.
back then, Hunter Biden was forming a Chinese private equity fund, planning to raise money, including from Chinese investors. Years later, Hunter Biden acknowledged that during the trip, he met with a Chinese banker, which his spokesperson describes as a social visit, not a
social visit with a banker over in the red country. Come on, man. Let's go to 732. And I'm just doing this so I want you guys teased. Watch this.
So why did the Chinese pick him? Spring 2017. Patrick Ho, a Chinese businessman, was arrested by the FBI on bribery charges.
This is crazy.
He worked for a Chinese energy company with close ties to the Chinese military.
They're hating on me. They're going to take me down. And I don't care.
While in FBI custody, Ho made 2 phone calls. One of those, strangely, is to James Biden, Joe Biden's brother.
1 out of 2. Who are they looking for?
Why did this man call the brother of the
Who are they
vice
looking
president?
for? Not Waldo.
He was looking for Hunter. This is the remarkable and largely hidden story of the secret financial relationship between the Biden family and the Chinese government.
Is that not a sizzle reel? Are you telling me that this isn't put out into the open? This is crazy stuff, and thank you for turning me on to this video. This is, it's made by Blaze TV, and they're about the only people that can get this out there. It is on YouTube, so watch the whole thing. But I do want to take you to 1540 now. All right, there's 1532 is good enough.
Booming economy and staggering growth. It's also an economy where
What went wrong in our culture?
Sorry about this.
Start here. The fear.
Nothing I can do
the
about
anger.
it.
The shouting.
All right,
relationships are key,
here we go.
especially with the Chinese government.
A decade. How convenient. Convenient, right?
And I'd like now to raise our glass in a toast
Oh, look who's there.
to many more generations of friendship and peace.
She was looking down in thought, cranks turning, and then raises the cup.
Hunter Biden began meeting with Chinese government officials at the highest levels of power. He had no background in China, little background in finance. Hunter's previous job had been as a lobbyist for an online gambling company located in Europe.
Come on, man. That's like having an offshore bank account, in my opinion. Lobbying for a gambling company. Do you know how much? Now, I don't know much about what they truly make, but I can't imagine when you run a gambling company, casino, whatever, online, offline, at a brick and mortar. They want your money. They do not want you taking their money. So they're making gabillions. And he's a lobbyist, and lobbyists can make some dough, yo.
But now, doors were opening to Hunter in China. Often, Hunter's meetings coincided almost directly with his father's high-level diplomacy with Chinese leaders.
Crisscrossing.
In April 2010, for example, Vice President Joe Biden met with the Chinese president at the Nuclear Security Summit in Washington, D.C. But at virtually the same time, halfway around the world, Hunter Biden was in China, meeting with government officials looking for financial deals. Who exactly was Hunter Biden meeting with? Only some of the most powerful finance officials in China. Hunter spent 2 days meeting with the top executives from China's sovereign wealth fund, Social Security fund, and largest banks. Hunter even...
Did you hear that list? Did you hear that list? Wait, let's hear that again. Right there.
was Hunter Biden meeting with?
Listen.
Only some of the most powerful finance officials in China.
Listen.
Hunter spent 2 days meeting with the top executives from China's sovereign wealth fund, Social Security fund, and largest banks. Hunter even
kidding?
posed with them for a series of pictures.
Look at this. Look at this. Evil.
So how did Hunter get these meetings? One Chinese website's account of the meeting touted that Chinese officials extended their warm welcome to Hunter Biden, quote, second son of the now Vice President, Joe Biden. In other words, Hunter got these meetings because of who his father was, Vice President of the United States.
Boom. All right, and like I said, I'm going to go one more, but remember, at the end, Chapter 6 sums it all up, so I implore you to watch that. Let's go to 30, 50, 30:04. I'm sorry about this. I don't know how to, here we go, 30, let's try there.
From getting a seat at some of the biggest tables around the world.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. All right.
Who was Rosemont Realty negotiating with? That would be a company called Gemini, a former subsidiary of a Chinese state-owned company with close ties to the Chinese military.
Government, military,
Rosemont Realty
banks,
certainly played up the Biden connection in the material they provided to possible investors. In a company prospectus from Rosemont marked confidential, they noted that it was a key consideration that Hunter Biden, son of Vice President Biden, is on the advisory board. In August 2015, an eye-popping multi-billion-dollar deal was announced. The Chinese company Gemini was buying a 75% stake in Hunter Biden's company, Rosemont.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding? That right there, 75%. Do you realize in America that if 75% of the people want something, they're going to get it through Congress? That's the game they don't want you to play. That's why they mess around with all, putting things in drop boxes and pieces of paper and clicking this off, clicking that off. They don't want the real tally, because if they had the real tally in our system, American patriots would get what they want. So now, you take that math and you apply it to this. 75%. That is now owned by the Reds. So look, I want to switch back over and let you guys go. Big shout out to Ariapoli, and if I get that wrong, I'm sorry. I will leave a link and let you know to follow that person. This is just, when you see if it gets suppressed, I suggest you save it to your videos if you can. If you can do an OBS like I do, copy me or copy that. Keep sending this out. Learn from this. And chapter 6 will be what they know. And it's mind-blowing. It just sums it all up. So remember, kiss, love, hug a veteran. I send my love, shout my love to Gretchen at codeofvets.com. At codeofvets on Twitter. Please, if you're a veteran and need help, seek her out. And I will leave her link in the bottom. And of course, I leave links for Dave and Leah. I love them dearly. They have gotten to me where I'm at. We have, the Lion's Den, Tiger's Den, Cheetah's Den, Puma's Den on my Twitter that are good rooms that support everything from no CRT to voter ID wins. So check them out. I'll leave their Twitter links so you can follow them. I love you guys. And like I said, kiss, love, hug a veteran. They do it every day. They'll do it tomorrow. They've died doing it to keep our freedoms, and that's what matters to me. Be a patriot.